certainly use the rain, but it's also going to make for a very wet track tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with McDonald. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Touchdown, Colts! Michael Pittman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Ray McLeod to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. first down. Mitchell, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
7 yards, the pickup there. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Lance. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
The give to Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
McDonald.
And this is incomplete.
Kylan Granson, the intended receiver.
But now it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
He's got Granson over the middle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, McDonald.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is...
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there for the Niners.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a play fake. Lance.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Niners are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Man open, that's Ray McLeod.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Now a give, right side. Mitchell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Out to his left. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
McDonald sets to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
From the gun, it's McDonald.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken around the 12.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Through 28 his rookie year, that's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Throwing is McDonald. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Lance on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Play action. It's McDonald.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Flush to his right. And out of bounds goes right around the 20. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing now is Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's McDonald to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. This is intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Sterling Shepard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll let Taylor try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Lance looking to throw it.
And my goodness, another picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman.
And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
Let's go!
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Cole McDonald, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McLeod now on the return.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
McLeod now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action, Lance.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald, 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
53 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
54, right there, 54, Mike.
I'm coming after you.
They'll go option to the short side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald to the right side, complete to Taylor. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Looking to throw. McDonald. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. And Lance now to throw. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First man through, it's the fullback Juszczyk. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
At the 29-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, a great grab by Kittle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And some space here.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for